So, going through the hourglass that all of humanity is going through, us astrologers were prepared for this time. I mean, we were looking at it, and there's even time ahead, 6 months from now, that we're looking at. It's just ongoing, and it's important to know that it's more exciting than just following the insanity of the loop system. How about that? Even though that we have evidence that the astrology is very much a loop system where the planets are um, highly timeable and predictable on doing a loop, whether it's a 26,000-year cycle or just a 250-year cycle or what have we. It's happening that it's just a loop system and cycle out there, and best to become purely aware and ask yourself, how did I get on a level of consciousness where this is real? And there's where I'm kind of erasing this last video that I made. I'm trying to remember if I closed the chicken coop, and I think I should do that. I'm going through major disruption in my life because of the urgency of it, that I can't let it pass me by. You know, I would rather brush up on the quality of the relationships that I'm conducting, which is not very much. I mean, what I mean is just one, and it's kind of, that's unfortunate, you know, because, well, there is such a thing as false starts, and I didn't want to talk about this. We're not supposed to go public about this, and I really haven't. I don't know. I have respect for my life and other people's lives, and so, but I think it's safe to say that you can go by a feeling, right? And if you are constantly experiencing confusion and uh, just being strung out and hard to tell who's who, right? So there's where I would love to. Of course, I need to get a job, but nobody knows my situation here. I mean, all last year, last summer, well, besides for dealing with some health issues, I don't like to admit, I don't like to dwell on it, but and my update is that I'm ready. I would love to find an opportunity to come to me, uh, whatever it is. I know what it is to be have integrity, say washing windows or something like that, but I'm looking at for a simple, like an already established thing, to where I see I have already done, like, well, at least 15 to 20 years at least of just freelancing, doing my own business, working for myself. And at one point I have a partner who, they were a technical tree removal artist, and I would bid yards thousands of dollars at a time because they would do major cutting of trees and little stuff also down to the T of just spick and span. And uh, I would line the jobs up and they would execute them. And because he was my partner, he didn't speak very good English, and that's how I was lining them up. He was Spanish American. His mom was German, and his dad was Spanish, as of Spain. It came in through the border, and that's what kind of got his life taken, is that the Obama laws. I can't believe I'm talking about this, but I don't want to talk about anything about my personal life. I wanted to thank people for energetic support, I guess. But I want to change my, first of all, I have to change my vibrational frequency. It's really hard having turned 50, right? That, I guess that's just a usual for everybody that they have their Chiron return. And for me, it happens to happen in my first house of Aries, which is not easy. And I do have a compounding other stuff that I can understand just for myself. Other people don't understand it, but it helps. See, I used to have people around me that respected when I talked my astrology, and never been more like a parent than nowadays that I would like to have my privacy. And like I said, maybe in the beginning or a last video that I couldn't make here, I have to erase this stuff. It's just me here. That's why I make these videos. I've been isolated a lot. I've been in hermitage, I guess, hermited. And it's just apropos. It feels like divine timing to me. It's like, no, and then wait a little longer. See, the most introspective time for humanity before it gets rebirthed is this time when Mars goes backwards in Cancer. And I'm just feeling absolutely like a lot more peace and apt to just go, oh, no, don't get angry, but nurture yourself, and recede. And I don't know what to tell people who they use me uh, to be angry for them, but except for that, I tried to tell you that this is your time to fly up the handle, which that's all you can do at this point because you never did do the first response. Just tell it like it is, jump on it, make sure you say it until you're done, and then that you can sleep because it's hard, but you did the right thing in the only time. See, let that seed get buried and let it grow or whatever, and see, then at least you did it because well, that's the kind of work you do. You don't procrastinate, and you're not gonna push things down and wait till things get turning into a drama scene that is I'm having difficulty here. So I don't know what to tell anybody around me who thinks that they're going to get agitation or moodiness or staying. I just, first of all, how could we have ever afforded it, particularly me? See, I've been in bad shape because I haven't been able to manage it. I've had to level myself out, and now we could talk about influences, entities in our lives that bring us energy, really heavy energy, their karma, right? So I was trying to talk about in my last video that it's kind of upwelling right now. How that, well, the Taurus people, God, I had no idea that these people, I swear I was trying to tell you about it. It's like these people are like the witches of the zodiac, probably because, well, they're Venus ruled, right? It's Taurus, they're bullies. There's a lot of qualities that I've always noticed, and I thought, well, it's hard for me to uh, even like them because they seem shallow. And I'm sorry, am I picking on any one sign here? I mean, the fixed signs are trippy. Leo's too right now. See, and I've had, you got to push their karma out, whatever it is. If it's the Leo being aspected or any sign that say you don't have those hard aspects, but they do, and there's a heavy hard aspect in the sky with the Mars Pluto, and like I said, I'm like, well, actually, I feel it, but I think I'm doing the right thing by trying to separate myself out, even though it hurts. And I might have to do some kind of weird sacrificing, and I would rather communicate. I would rather communicate and try to get support little by little. Ideally, really, I mean, I'm just starting the whole year. Facebook, I'm just saying, hey, man, help me with my house taxes. Why not? Whatever, I mean, I know what I'm doing behind the scenes besides for what I'm showing up front. just educating myself. I can do it online here with whatever I need to know to get on top of whatever I think I have going on here, which is just I'm a property owner. I own a home, and I don't want to lose the place because I can't pay my taxes. See, that's the thing is why can't see I trip out because here I go again. See, I owe just under $10,000, which isn't much. A lot of people owe so much more, and that's just their life. They are used to having credit card debt and all this stuff, $40,000 and up, and I'm just not one of those people, and I don't want to be. I experience enough stress already, and well, it's really a cruel system. How that they would. God, all these people around me, the way they're sprucing themselves up. I mean, it's big money around me, and they don't even um, offer anything. I don't know. It's just I don't expect it, but I hear what you're saying, Patsy, where you said, well, demand it from these fucking people. I'm like, babe, I I kind of think I'm gonna put one of my little billboards I found on the road. I found another push board and just start putting notes and saying that I just need to communicate more so that when I finally pick up and leave, and I'm thinking of ways to pay my taxes with what I have on my property, and I can cut down every single tree and I can intercept. See, there's this one big old truck that comes down the drive here, and I got to talking to him, and he said, "Oh no, this load right here is $5,000," and it was a big dumpster full. And it's like, you know what? I can fill up that dumpster 3 times here, and I would sell. So I would give him 3 loads instead of 2 for $10,000, and I need to pay my taxes. Damn it! I don't know. And see, then I would stay here for another 5 years or something, trying to. I don't know. Kidding. I don't know, man. It's a stupid fucking. See, it's kind of get back at these neighbors around here that just can't seem to help out little old me. They come down here like a bunch of sociopaths. Like, hi, is there something that we can help you with? Or like we would see. I think that the Airbnb owners, they were instructed to at least make friends with your neighbors, kind of be homely, try and tell them, hey, we're here for you, and thanks for looking out for us, and hi, is there anything we can get you right now? And they were kind of doing that, and I don't know, I've been here forever, and it's like, really, it's like, well, excuse me, but can I get you something? And they ended up um, picking on me and really sociopath shit. Really, when my dog here is getting old, and it's like getting older and it's rejecting its food, and I have like 12 different foods there. It's the only thing I'm doing really at that point, because I'm hitting rock bottom, and I'm like, nope, I'm feeding my animals at least, man. But my dog is getting up to 20 to 22 years old. I don't think they fucking get much older than that. Maybe, I don't know. God, excuse me for just dying, and then they fucking get on my case. And it's like there's nothing I can do about these stupid fucking idiots. I'm sorry I'm bringing this up. And it's so difficult to have animals now, because everything is poisoned, and I don't know. Good luck to you. I have my cat for um, holistic reasons. I should have a cat here. I have a home, and it's in the mountains, and just the presence of them gets rid of. She has attacked so many spiders, and that's exactly it. I mean, here I am in the mountains, and it can kind of come out of the sky or up off the ceiling or something. And no, my cat gets right on top of it. I'm so proud of her. So happy to have her. She's so wonderful. But I don't know. I'm getting visuals of a whole other life possibilities that would work for me. I try to think about it. The main thing I think, though, and here I go again, is to meet the right people. Friends? Where are my friends? It's the first video I put on here that talks about, well, it just seems like that people, really it's mainly my friends that tell me I don't have any friends, which is the kind of the fucking friends I have, anyway. I don't know. I don't know. Wish us all luck. But as far as the kind of thing that I'm handling with my life, I don't want to lose anything. I want whatever I have right now, except for I would like to upstep the support from a completely different source that doesn't really have my best interest in mind. In fact, it's like it's just exhausting. It's a drain to associate with some entities, right? So I would like to just keep working on being my better self, which is the happy person. Generally, generally people know me as happy-go-lucky. You wouldn't know my past history, which is I don't have a very good family history, right? But see, you don't want to let anybody know this stuff. These sociopaths and covert narcissists and shit, they're about ready to hold everything against us, And I say, who cares, man? We are going to attract the right people into us by way of what? Communicating from our hearts, communicating frankly, honestly. Just try to just put it on the table. Try to say, hey, man, whoa, this is a bit overwhelming for me. Single woman. I was trying to talk about it in my last video. Maybe it's this video. Gosh, let me try to erase some things because it could just cut me out. Cut out my stuff that I do here. It's not doing some functions because of the space. I need to empty it out. But see, this is called making yourself vulnerable, though. See, when I start talking about, I really should talk about like what really I'm up to, what has gone on, where I'm coming from, and it's coming from this place of complete isolation. Yes, I'm just I like being alone and in solitary confinement. I don't mean it like that, like you think of imprisonment, but we're in the mountains, and I've always just kept to myself, especially over the last, well, 20 years, yes, for sure. At one point, it was just me and my grandma. She and I had a soul pact, and we took care of that, which is kind of, ooh, it's gnarly when, the end of life process comes for some people, and it's none of your business what happens at the end. I mean, you were there, but you have to let go, and other stuff will happen, especially if it's like your grandma or your mom, but more like people that you don't really have authority over after all, like in their in the life process, like law wise. Yeah, and it's just I would tell you because I experienced some weird stuff, and this is not the best time to talk about any of this, especially for me because uh, it's like the hands the horns or justice is in the air, and it's easy to have the tables flipped on you, and you are the bad guy, especially to really, really popular sociopathic narcissists, I guess, right? Because they just have so many people around them and they don't afford at all to smear their reputation. And so you or I am jacked because, well, if you try to, if you're getting that sick to where you think you're so irritated and you're lashing out at them or something, it's like, babes, find another route. You'll never have a good conversation with them that says, yeah, as a matter of fact, I love watching you squirm. They don't say anything like that. Maybe you'll get some hints in the beginning, and that's when it's like, babes, so now what are you gonna do? You gotta get the fuck out of there. Unfortunately, it could be like our boss or somebody like that we have to now, or later on, it's like, well, I should never have taken this job, but I really needed it, and now no amount of money is worth going through what I'm going through, kind of thing, right? So anyway, thanks for listening to this, but Yeah, I think it's possible for me. I really do. I think if I get away from the entities around me that are keeping me at a low vibrational frequency and they're transferring their resentment and their despair, their inability to even understand anything really is a lot of confusion and just, it's like, you guys, I know this shit's happening, but fucking, I just needed a little bit of, I don't know what, but I sure didn't need this, right? Kind of a thing. And so that's tough, actually thinking that you'll find a support system or a community over social media that will say, yeah, no, Shauna, we love to see you smile. But no, felt the, I have been so humbled by the donations that come from across seas. And one of the last ones that I got from Daisy Chain, I don't know who that is, and they probably, it's better that, see, I would rather I don't, but not that I don't care for these people. No, I feel immense amount of love coming out of the sky from that. It's because social media is really supposed to be a place of higher learning about humanity. It's supposed to quicken along by using our language. See, I kind of got off of that subject matter, and I'm sorry that it's ended up the way it has, where well, when you're put in scarcity mode and you think you have to worry about bills, that's what it's designed for, by the way. Otherwise, it would just be a social economics reserve system that says, oh, now it's taken care of, because we know what taxes are here for, right? I mean, God, why is it so, like, such a free for all out there? And it's about to get so much more worse. And people like me that are honestly trying to figure out a system for us all to just say, hey, man, this needs to dissolve. It could be in place to dissolve all of the narcissism, even especially, because we can't tell who's who anymore. We're all in survival mode going, yeah, and it's all trickster shit, and it's all painful. It's all so fucking painful to me. I've managed to get rid of some of my pain, literal pain that you'll feel. The main thing is just to honor very deeply your history that and it's not so much with people. Nope, it's that you have minded your own business and you have worked on your inner world, which is indeed, it's in a way, it's working on people, but it's working on the illusion that people can be. Really, it cuts back the illusion. See, if people don't do that inner work and do meditation, they'll never get a clue as to who other people are or how they are, really, is how to say it. And then I don't know, it's, to me, it's like we can cut back on the mystery, like the hide and seek game. Like, it's like, no, come on, I am you and you are me, we're the same. Basically, what is your relationship with reality and or the truth therein? Like, are you having a great time whenever you hit the truth, or is it like, well, maybe, or do you afford to just check out it all? I don't know. I'm laughing because I could not handle being exposed to somebody coming to my house and just not even really seeing me for who I am, but what I can give them, a certain thing, and then having to deal with their energy. It's like, oh, ugh, you know what I mean? It's like, oh no, I would rather have a whole different thing happen. Let's see if I can have it happen. See, um, but then what about the resources thing? See, if they bothered to become. See, that's the thing is I notice, and I don't know if it's narcissists or do Tauruses. This is just the way they are. They're like these big bully brick walls, but if they like you, they're going to turn all their resources towards you and lavish you. And see, that's what I think some narcissists are doing, right? And they're getting into your financing and your coal pile, and then they're going to see, then they're going to kind of take over all of that, and then see, with all of that comes the abuse, right? They're undermining, they're doing moves of control, and they're slapping you around energetically. It's bully shit. They're like, nah, you don't deserve your end or whatever. A lot of times, God, I don't want to get too in depth, but bottom line is like people trade off their soul core value, who they are, and everything just to see if you resent them and you say no, I don't want anything to do with you. Now you're cutting off your coal pile and your fucking financing and and either way they're keeping you unstable. You know the story, right? It's very common, and it's like, man, okay, so can this end? I don't want to be kept unstable all the time. These people don't even fucking find out what's possible as far as stability and stuff. See, I don't know, man. I guess that's most of the population out there. It has to end. Needs to end. It's so sickening. People are in hiding and running. I had to kind of shut down on some people because they were in the middle of their drama of chasing resources, because that's what you end up doing, I guess. Like, and I'm thinking, so I have so long to figure out how to get top dollar for my home here and then just disappear into the sunset. Just fucking give myself some kind of frontal lobotomy. No way, man. There's got to be something better. See, you have to think of, and this is what's really sad about this plane, kids. You have to think of every minuscule possibility except for love. Love does not save your day. Nah. Why? Well, money. Doesn't kind of money get right in the way of it? I mean, I would love to talk about this more to us all, as if, do you have the same kind of, what's going on with you? I mean, do you even see, if you have money, do you even have the time for love? Huh? Come on! Really? If you're managing to create a balance in your life, then all the more power to you, amazing, but I seriously doubt it. People's lives are fucking rendered up into fragments, man, and the best they can do is destabilize somebody else who isn't so fragmented, and that's their fist pump. That's all worth it. I tried to talk about this on so many of the other videos, that's the system of success out there. That by the time you are so-called successful, you're just somebody who can entitle themselves, and you think that you can just have power over somebody else just because they didn't do the same route as you, say, work wise or work ethic wise or whatever awards that you hold with your sense of success. See, we're pointing out now, just in general, you have cerebral narcissism, but that isn't the same. I mean, it's cerebral narcissism was what a stupid name, because cerebral means mind, and then what is narcissist? Well, it means mind too. So you're just saying mind, which is, I already talked about this too. It's like it's a fully encapsulated mind, man. It's a mind that doesn't even know it's there, running down the road with the system saying, I'm a success, but then after a while, what happens? I mean, you can look it up. These people, they realize that they're missing out on life and love and stuff, and then, but see, that coupled up with their mentality is just dangerous for anybody that comes across them, I guess they can figure, because they are ruthlessly, well, they become a sex addict, I think is what happens, because a lot of them don't have sex enough or something, and then that's like a weird thing. because it's like something that it's like, well, it can dissolve if you create a balance of some sort, I guess. Thanks for listening. Oh my God, I don't like the subject matter, right? Coming up with the Mars Pluto opposition, it does question our sex drives and our bodies, our autonomy. And it, with being in the early Leo and in the early Aquarius, it questions those fucking Scorpio people and the Taurus people that, yeah, these manipulators all around. I mean, have you noticed them around you? I just had to put a stop to it, and you can just see it's like, nope, that person, fucking these people are under the spell. See, the monetary system will have people doing codependency like crazy. How does that happen? Well, just say, well, I'm going to pay you, and they'll say, and then so, like with what happened to me, I'm pretty sure is what happened is that, well, I started doing the work for them. I was at a very high vibrational frequency, and I was very much dialing in. I was so grateful for this to be able to serve them as an astrologer, really, just to and I kept looking into their chart, and it's really difficult because you'll see some things, and it's like, oh God, but you just let them know because and then they know, boom, right away. They're like, oh God, you give me the chills. Yeah, you just hit it right on. And then you're having to deal with their drama, which I was ready because they're going to pay me, but are they? Well, see, what happened was I got interrupted by entity that is just I have to disconnect from them because of this power that I do give to them to affect my whole vibrational frequency. And well, the truth is I've been fighting it for a long time now, and it's been the source of my being drained and exhausted. And there's nothing I can do about that. It's just I try to get good energy and keep it to where it's a good energy, but most of the time I'm left exhausted and drained. And so it happened right in the middle when I was trying to work with these people that I just fell off. I couldn't talk to them anymore, and I couldn't talk to this one person. They were all coming to me with this. I know it's just drama that they were. I can see that one person was directly involved with the Mars square opposite Pluto that we're just kind of coming off of. 0 degrees Leo, and I was like, oh God, these people, and how am I going to tell them to just, can you go out into the desert? And I think they were already doing it. I think they were trying to tell me the truth is I was really enjoying making a connection to these people because it sounds like that they were doing self-healing with shamanism or something and just earthing and finding a passage, and but at the same time they were really exposing me to some drama, and I just felt I couldn't handle it. I'm sorry. I was like in this Aquarius moon saying, God, this is the really, because really, babes, I have my drama too. And I don't, oh God, and we know it's about money, right? Sometimes. But what ended up happening, it's still going on to where, okay, so, uh, I don't know, I pulled my energy back and then they say, well, I'm planning on giving you the $40, $60. Why do these people say it? Just do it. Just fucking send the money. See, when you can tell when they're a manipulator and they are, I don't know, that system is hooked into Satanism, which likes to torture people, and it creates a sociopath out of people, which likes to make people squirm. And the way that the system does it is just to say, well, yeah, I'll pay you, but well, well, I'm sorry, I can't get to it till, well, can you wait 6 hours? And it's like, and you're just trying, sure, you're trying to be as nice as ever. Meanwhile, there's fucking shit falling apart in the background because your cat needs food and your children need feeding or whatever. You know what I mean? That's just the norm out there, folks. They want you all and in fragments too, never ever taking care of each other. And you're pumping your fist because one drops dead because you managed to go like this and say, "We're number one," when really you're the Royals number two. Yeah, I've yet to learn how to live away from all that shit, fucking with your fucking creative lives anyway. How do we look today? Oh, not that well, man. Whatever excuse we think that we're using, the truth is no, society needs to come together. And then when they do and they're able to influence each other, like really being able to see who each other is and what's needed and how that, well, maybe we do pick each other up. Maybe we can get better just by influencing each other, but not living fragmented, not being unaware that in fact you are in prison. You know, I tried to talk about that on a Facebook article, but I am texting in some things, and I think that a lot of the words are getting misspelled there, and I'm getting lazier and lazier about that. But I'm happy to be where I'm at. Really, I realize where we are. We have to find our own way, and if uh, you know, see, I'm looking at a long-term thing, and a lot of people around me just want, and a lot of people, really, if anybody cares to know, that's where I'm kind of trying to make my moves, so because I know it's going to affect the long term, especially with whatever inheritance I have here and my assets and stuff. I see the most important thing that comes up is to have a good relationship with people, to have the right relationship with people. Don't get in bondage with people at all. Don't live in bondage. Don't live in such attachment. But what I mean is, don't get entangled with people that are not at all enhancing your purpose, your sense of wanting what you have now that can work, and all of that stuff. See, I've been experiencing for a long time now total devaluing, and I struggle with putting value on anything of myself, let alone see my self-worth. I don't at all tag it into how much money I ever make. No, I'm a value worth something as a presence here, and it takes very little for me to reach a satisfactory moment for me. Anyway, it's just, we're looking for simple pleasures here. Maybe I need to shut the chicken's cage. But having said that, going through a passage where I would appreciate support away from the place that I've been kind of just getting breadcrumbs, and it's not a good energy. It's not. I don't feel it's a good energy. It's I don't know. I don't want to diss it and say that it wasn't trying to help me, but it's I hate to say it too that it's not enough, but because it's just not. It's not fair. I think that I'm doing the right thing with basically with who I am and trying to gain support to like do stuff like to pay my taxes or anything. I have bad tags on my car. I would like to catch up with that. It's just me here, and I've gone through some stuff, and I think, well, maybe this would work here. I know it seems like no, I haven't been voicing it like this for the last 3,000 videos. I'd say 2,000, right? I've actually closed some playlists here that it's not counting those. I think pretty soon it just froze it, but no, I'm not a beggar or something like that. I would love to wrap this up as soon as I can. See, that's what I'm trying to do. Um, I feel that the entity that has been offering support and all kinds of help has been slowing down what I've needed to do, to where if I just had my own energy and concentration, I would just get it done. I have spent so many months in foggy depression. I don't blame it on anybody, but just like, well, this is an unfortunate season where, well, I wake up and then, kind of getting out of the fog, and everybody getting out of this, I don't know, everybody under a spell or something. And it's like, well, no, excuse me, I don't want to lose everything and be left sitting in the dirt. At the very least, let me get what I think I could see. I would love to not have a heart attack over it, and get it to work for me. This is only day 2, and I'm looking to try to raise $10,000 so that I can buy time here so that I can learn more about what I need to learn to find the right place to auction my place off, auction this piece of property off, so I can get way more than what they're asking on the what do they call it, the Zillow Zestimate thing. Um, it went down over the last 3 years, $300,000, and it's like, excuse me, but I find it interesting that you guys are pricing the property here when I'm the owner and I don't sell it for less than what I fucking say I need to get it, and somebody else will want it for that. They'll say, "Oh no, wow, you found me, I found you." It could be somebody in Montana or something that says, "Yeah, no, I think this is great." I could be somebody very specific. Really, it's possible for me. And I'm here to tell you it's possible for you. Whatever you want to dream or whatever you want to do, don't let the system or any fucking mainstream people that don't know how to think out of the box and weave their way uniquely the way it's theirs, don't let them influence you, right? That's what I'm trying to do. I say, no, this is very much possible for me. Yeah, I think so. Because look at it, you guys. God, I don't want to sound like this again. But 500 people. I have close to 500 followers here. See, if 500 people just sent me $20, it would be up to $10,000. I would pay off my entire my house tax debt, and and it would it would it would help my vibrational frequency adjust to do something more like, okay, so fuck, because when I just feel overwhelmed right now. I'm letting people know that it's really hard for me to get to this point, just say that, and that I need help, and that's what I'm doing here. I don't want the people from my past to be approaching me. You should be people from my future, people that look forward to my progress. When I see, I want you to know that I experience such a profound something when I do receive a donation. When I have it, it hasn't been very many times, but it has. When it has been, they have sent me quite a bit. Um, $100 is a lot to me. Boy, what if 500 people sent me $100? Babes, that's $50,000. Wow. I'm just saying 500 people send me $20, and that's $10,000. You fucking people should try to make this work for us all. But see, I was trying to tell us about a system that we need to start creating something called resonation by high volume communication that not only starts to ring out the truth more, that's getting into like just old school stuff, put up some stuff by Khalil Gibran or what Christ Jesus said, but more and more really to find birds and words. I know you're going to roll your eyes to that, and to capitalize your vowels. It's the way you crack your iPhone. See, it's not, it probably won't be the same for anybody else. I'm not going to go through this, but I don't know. I'm not being downloaded this information for nothing, so that's why I keep telling you that it could be a way that we start to. It's not could be, babes. It's actually how you do it. It's called rebel. Rebelling means that you start tuning up, and you're just basically singing. You find each other on this social media. It's what you're supposed to have done. Fucking, we have had 25 years to totally not figure this out, but I'm figuring it out after 12 or 13. And it's like, well, this isn't obvious because the government gets money that needs to go somewhere, and they let us know through fair play policy of just being in front of our face, and they use this shoddy language, and they'll come up. You'll see that they've been recently coming up with a blank spot. It's just completely thrown off. It's just it's because there's no human being in the fucking in the mix. We haven't claimed ourselves to even be here. Where? Well, if you put the W down, it's always here. What's here? Her and he. I hate to fucking break it to you again. Simple.